भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। नित्यानंदम् अहं नौमि सर्वानंदकरं परम् हरिनामप्रदं देवम् अवधूतशिरोमणिम्। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरत्विषे नमः। Now we will offer our obeisances to all the Vaishnavas in the creation, past, present and future. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नित्यानंद नित्यानंद I will see who is getting the love. Chaitanya Charitamrita is saying get instantly love. Nityananda bolite hobe Krishna prem udoy. Instantly. So let us see who will get love. Nityananda. I think all of you got love except me. Vanchitosmi. I am bereft. Gau Gauranga. 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 Thank you so much. To chant these names in the Jagannath Puri Dham is the perfection of life. And today actually, we are very fortunate that we are going to another merciful Dham, Navadvip Dham. So, it's very good to always, it's like one house, we are going from one room to other room. One house, Jagannath Puri is one room and other room is Navadvip. Sachi Mata, he said to Lord Gauranga, you don't go to Vrindavan, you stay in Puri. So Lord said, why? Because Puri and Navadvip are two rooms of the same house. Same. 24 years there, 24 years here, the Lord performed his pastimes. So, both pastimes have their specialties. The Navadvip pastimes were meant to give happiness to his eternal associates in Navadvip. And the Puri pastimes were to himself, he wanted to relish Radha's love. Internally, his internal reason for his advent was to understand Radha's love for him. You know the story, right? In Chaitanya Charitamrita you must have. One day Krishna was standing in front of the wall. Standing in front of the wall. And in Goloka the wall is not like this wall. The wall is made up of diamonds and rubies, and it is self-effulgent, shining wall in Goloka. So Krishna was standing and Krishna saw his own beauty. Reflection. Krishna saw his own reflection and Krishna became so surprised, so amazed. Krishna said, oh, my beauty, it attracts even me. Even I am attracted by my beauty. Oh, so beautiful I am. I wish I can understand my own beauty. Mada Anubhavata Kidrishu Veti Lobhat. Krishna became greedy actually, greedy. Krishna became greedy to understand his own beauty. Extraordinary pastimes. You see, even though Supreme Lord, he knows everything, still he is surprised about something. He knows everything. But still he is thinking, oh, I am so beautiful. Means he is unlimited, but still he is expanding. Infinity. Infinity never expands, but Lord is like that. So Lord Krishna was wondering, if I want to understand my beauty, then I have to become someone who understands my beauty. And who is that someone? Who? That he became. But who is Radha? Radha is the one who understands Krishna's beauty 100%, fully. Nobody else in this whole creation can understand Krishna fully, because Krishna is unlimited and we are limited. We have only 48 qualities. 48 out of 64 means how many percentage? I think it is around 67 or 70% qualities we can have of God. God has 64 qualities and we have only 48. So we cannot become God. Maximum we can get 48. And even 48 we cannot get in big quantity. We can get in small quantity. Each quality we can get in small quantity. The soul, like Brahma, he has 48. Some of the 48. So Shiva has 55. How many qualities Shiva has? 55 qualities. In 90%, maybe 80-90% extent, Shiva has 55 qualities. And Lord Narayan, Lord Vishnu has 60 qualities. In 100% extent. But Lord Krishna, he is so special, he has 64 qualities. 64. 4 extra. That is why Goloka is higher than Vaikuntha in the spiritual world. Because Krishna is higher than Vishnu. Vishnu has 60, Krishna has 64. So to understand the 64 qualities of Krishna requires a very special 25 qualities. You know that? Radharani has 25 qualities. It is mentioned in Nectar of Devotion by Prabhupada and Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu by Rupa Goswami. Srimati Radhika has 25 qualities, but her 25 qualities are so unique that she understands Krishna. Unparalleled qualities are there. 25. Of course, Radharani has 64 arts, kalas, Shodasha Kala. I mean, she knows 64 kinds of arts to please Krishna. But those are arts. And qualities Radharani has 25. So, but Radharani's 25 qualities are attracting the Lord so much that Krishna becomes attracted to Radha's 25 qualities. So in that way, Krishna is looking at the wall and thinking, oh, if I want to understand myself, I have to become Radha. I have to take the mood of Radha. Then only I can understand my own self. And then the Lord, I mean, one can imagine, in Goloka also the Lord made 2 partitions. In Goloka also he made 2 partitions. One in Krishna Leela, one in Gaur Leela. No, this is the Lord's unconceivable desire. I mean, after enjoying with Radha, still he was not satisfied. He wanted to understand how Radha enjoys him. So he again became Gauranga in another partition. Inconceivable mercy of the Lord. That's why this Gauranga's form is so unique, so undescribable, it cannot be understood by the common people of this world. That is why he is known as Channa Avatar. Lord Krishna is known as Channa Avatar. Channa Avatar means what? Concealed incarnation. And he is known as Tri Yugi. Tri Yugi means he comes in Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, but he doesn't come in a revealed form in Kali Yuga, means he hides himself in Kali Yuga. That is why he is known as Tri Yugi, means he comes in only in 3 yugas, externally, means people know him. But in Kali Yuga he will hide himself. So, because he will be worshipped only by the most intelligent of all people in this world, Sumedha Sham. And this intelligence cannot be gained by material piety. This intelligence can be only gained by Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu Sangha, a proper association of advanced sadhus, we can understand Gauranga Mahaprabhu, this combined form of Radha and Krishna. So he appeared in 18th February 1486. His birth date is 18th February. Actually at that time Gregorian calendar was not there. This English calendar which we are right now following, January, February, all this was not there. It came later. But still, if we calculate according to nakshatras, it comes 18th February. English calendar, if English calendar was present at that time. So 1486 he chose to appear in this world, and that day actually changed the course of this whole Kali Yuga. This whole Kali Yuga became different. When the Lord came in 1486, everything changed. Do you know the Lord himself changed the cycle of the yugas? The 4 yugas, they come after Satya Yuga, comes Dwapar Yuga, then comes Treta Yuga. Treta means 3, Dwapar means 2, and Kali Yuga means 4. After Kali Yuga comes the 4th Yuga, but in this cycle, after Satya Yuga came Treta Yuga instead of Dwapar Yuga. And then came Dwapar Yuga. And then came Kali Yuga. You know why? Anybody knows? Why Krishna changed the cycle of the yugas? It happens only once in 2000 Chatur Yugas. Cycle is changed. Because Krishna is very intelligent. I mean, he is the Supreme Lord. So he wanted to do his Vrindavan Leela and then immediately come after 5000 years and distribute the Vrindavan Leela. If he had done Vrindavan, if Dwapar Yuga was before, he would have come in Dwapar Yuga, he would have done his Vrindavan Leela. By the time in the center Treta Yuga would have come, Treta Yuga would have almost been 800,000 years would have passed in between, and then he would have come in Kali Yuga. Then Vrindavan would have got lost. It would have become a forest, I mean in 800,000 years. And how would he have distributed Braj Prem? People would have forgotten Krishna. So it was not possible for him to, I mean the best way for him is to come as Krishna and again immediately come as Gauranga to distribute that Prem. Actually after Krishna left, he went back to Goloka. He was thinking, oh, this is not fair. I have not done the right thing. I have relished this rasa dance, but I forgot about the conditioned souls. I did all my Leela, but I never gave entry to the conditioned souls. I did not distribute it. So even Krishna feels compassion for his conditioned souls, and when his compassion becomes more and more and more and more and more, then his compassion becomes the prominent quality and his madhurya, his sweetness becomes his secondary quality, that is known as Audarya, and then he becomes Gauranga. In Krishna he had more sweetness and compassion both, but his sweetness was predominant. But in Gauranga's form his compassion is predominant and his sweetness is also there. So we are going to Mayapur Dham tomorrow, I mean tonight, Navdeep Dham. And it is the Audarya Dham. Audarya. Audarya means total compassion. Simply mercy. Unlimited mercy. It is there. Shata shata aparadha kari. This dham is a dham where if one commits offenses, still the Lord gives us Krishna Prem. So an offensive person, for him is the best to go to Navadvip, Mayapur, Simantadvipa, Madadrumadvipa, Ritudvipa, Godrumadvipa, Madhyadvipa, and Rudradvipa. These are the 9 islands of Navadvip. Each have very special importance. 9 kinds of devotional service are given by the 9 islands of Navadvip. Can you imagine these 9 kinds of bhakti were described by Prahlad in the Bhagavatam, but they were given to the living entities by the Lord when he came as Gauranga and when he manifested Navadvip. Actually, you know why he manifested Navadvip in this world? He manifested Navadvip, it is described in Navadvip Dham Mahatmya, that he manifested Navadvip in this world to break the poisonous fangs of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga's fangs, poison, is everywhere is poison. And to nobody can come out of this influence of Kali Yuga. So he said, Atishay Gopan Rakhinu Jai Naam, Atishay Gopan Rakhinu Jai Dham. Ami prakat na koribe jeev taribe ki roop. The Lord started thinking, if I keep everything hidden like this, then how will the souls be delivered in Kali Yuga? I have to reveal my most merciful name, my most merciful devotees, my most merciful abode, and my most merciful form. I have to reveal to the world. Then only the souls will be delivered. So it's like, one very rich man. There is one very rich man, and maybe once in a year he gets in a good mood and he opens his what do you call that? They call in tijori. Tijori means they open his vault. He opens his money vault. And he says, come on, take it. How much you want? Take the money. He says, once in a year. Sometimes he can't open it daily, otherwise, he doesn't open it daily. He says, once in a, take it, as much as you want. Similarly, Gauranga is like this. He comes once in 2000 Chatur Yugas and he opens the whole treasure of Godhead. That's why he comes in Panchatattva. Chaitanya Charitamrita describes Panchatattva, 5 forms. They are opening the honey bottle, the nectar bottle, the honey of bhakti, prem, love. And it was sealed. That bottle was sealed. Very tightly sealed for many years. But Panchatattva, they open the seal, they break open the seal and they drink the nectar of honey, Panchatattva, of Amrita, of pure love of God. They drink that. And they distribute. They not only drink. The more you drink, the more it becomes full. They distribute to everyone. So that is the quality of Gauranga and the Panchatattva. They are always thinking about us. Srila Prabhupada mentions a very nice point in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He says that when you are preaching, when you are telling others about Krishna and Gauranga, what you are doing actually, you are actually reducing the anxiety of the Lord. You are actually reducing the anxiety of the Lord. Just like Ludmila Mataji has brought Ilona to the Dham. So it's like whatever benefit Ilona is getting, some commission you are getting. Some benefit is automatically getting because you brought her to the holy place. So automatically it is known as spiritual dalal. Dalal means broker. Broker. So when we bring others to Krishna, we are acting as spiritual brokers. When we bring others to Krishna, Krishna becomes happy on us. Oh, yeah, you are bringing my part and parcel to me. I will give you more mercy, more. When we go to Goloka, the Vaikuntha has 7 doors. And then we cross Vaikuntha, we go to Goloka. The Lord will ask us, how many souls you have told about me? We have become fortunate by the mercy of our Acharyas, Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Vinod, Panchatattva. We know we have become very fortunate. So we should make others fortunate. It is our responsibility to make others fortunate. The more we share, the more we get. Saying in English, the more you share, the more you get. So in the 11 year, I mean not 11, sorry, it was like how many? Prabhupada went to US, what year? 1965 to 1977 for 12 years. So I can see in his pastimes that there is a divine competition going on between Prabhupada and Krishna. Krishna is giving him a lot of mercy and he is sharing so much that Krishna wants to give him more. It's like a competition. When you share, Krishna gives you more. Like, I have a desire to always speak about Krishna, Hari Katha, I like to do that. So always the Lord said somebody to hear the Katha. If you are ready to share, then automatically the Lord will give you all the dadami buddhi yogam tam yenama mupayanti te. And another important thing is when we share, then automatically we have to become pure. It actually becomes practice before you preach. They say practice before you preach. So when you preach, when you tell others about Krishna, then automatically we have to also become pure and practice. If we have some conscience, then automatically we'll practice first and then we'll preach. So such devotees are rare in this world. Keba kore no achar na kore prachar. Keba kore no prachar na kare achar. Achar prachar dui karyo jai kore shei jagatera guru shei sarva arya. That there are some who are preaching a lot but they are not practicing. There are some who are practicing so much that they have no time to preach. They are not interested. They are only chanting day and night. That is also very good. They are known as Bhajana Nandis. And there are Ghoshna Nandis. But the real devotee is one who is doing both, balance. Practicing and preaching. Harmony. The devotee should know when I have to contract my limbs like a tortoise. Preach. But when my bhajan time, my chanting time, my reading time, then I have to focus on my activities. And then I go out and preach in whatever way possible. Remind others. We have to just remind others of Krishna. They are only dormant. Actually, preaching is very easy because the Krishna consciousness is already dormant in every person. So we have to just awaken it. And to awaken it, our Krishna consciousness has to be awakened. Then we can awaken others' Krishna consciousness. If our consciousness is awakened, then automatically anybody who will come in contact with us will also gradually awaken. One of our acharyas, his name was Srinivas Acharya. He was sitting outside his home and he was chanting, he was looking at the moon. He was remembering Krishna's rasa dance, he was meditating. And suddenly one marriage procession was going by. And in the center of the marriage procession there was a beautiful, they carry that palanquin. And in the palanquin, the most beautiful person, he was the bridegroom. He was sitting inside the palanquin. He was very good looking. In fact, he was extremely beautiful. He's got curly hair and red bimba lips and big lotus-like eyes. He was very beautiful looking. So he peeked out of his palanquin. And just at the time he peeked out, That was right at the outside the ashram, the home of Srinivas Acharya. So Srinivas Acharya looked at him suddenly. So oh, he just said one sentence. You are so beautiful. If you become a devotee of Krishna, then Krishna will be so happy. He just spoke that one sentence, but that sentence came from the depth of his heart. I mean, he's the purest Acharya. He's Mani Manjari Gopi in Radha Krishna's Leela. So he was speaking very beautifully. And this personality, he was sitting on the palanquin, he heard, oh, this sadhu, he is telling me if I become devotee of Krishna. So he went to his home in the night, and the honeymoon night, that is a honeymoon night with his wife. And instead of sleeping with his wife, he told his wife, I am coming in few minutes. I want to meet my Gurudev. And he came back to meet his Guru. I mean, Srinivas Acharya fell down at his lotus feet and said, my dear Gurudev, please have mercy on me. I am your eternal servant. Life after life. I surrender to you. Everything, manasa, deho, geho. So I mean, that is real preaching. Preaching means even one sentence is enough to really attract the people. If we are pure. His name was none other than Srila Ramachandra Kaviraj. He was Karna Manjari. He was another gopi in Radha Krishna's Leela. And his name was Ramachandra Kaviraj. Such an exalted personality. He can enter with the same body, he could enter into Radha Krishna's Leela whenever he wanted. And then he would come back, consciousness, he was internalized. Come back. Like that. Great soul. But he became devotee simply by hearing one sentence from his Gurudev. So, even Srila Prabhupada, if you see him, he heard this sentence, Amara ichha kichu boi chhapna. Koi kichu boi. In Radha Kund, his Gurudev told me, if you ever get money, you print some books. His Guru told him. And he made it his goal in life, his mission. He was writing books with old typewriter when he went to US. He was before even starting his lectures, he was more interested in typing, in writing his books. Because his Guru told him, so he had faith. At that time he had no audience to read his books. He did not even know who will read his books. But still he was writing. He was commenting on the Gita, Bhagavatam, because he had this full faith. So, in that way we have to become pure. And the more we become pure, the more we can benefit our own self and others. And the process to become pure is to do Swarup Siddha Bhakti. Swarup Siddha Bhakti is to become pure. We have to do the basic sadhan every day. Actually, normally devotees say sadhana, but it is not sadhana. It is in Sanskrit, it is sadhan. Sadhana. Sadhana has a different meaning in Sanskrit. It's a name of a lady. Sadhana. And when you say chanting, bhajan, it is a sadhan. Sadhan bhajan. One has to do one's own practice, and then we should tell others about it. And we feel benefit. Jara dakha taro kaha Krishna upadesh. And when you go out, you don't even have to tell people. When you wear this tilak, and when you have chanting, and automatically people remember Krishna just by seeing your tilak and seeing the tulsi in your neck. Oh, Hare Krishna. They remember Krishna. They chant the name. So that is preaching. I mean, even if you don't talk to any person, simply if they see you. That is why my Param Gurudev Bhakti Siddhanta, he used to kick out all the brahmacharis out of the temple. in the morning. Says, go out, at least show your face to the people. At least they will see the tilak. At least they will remember, oh, there are Hare Krishnas existing somewhere in the world. At least they will know that. So, that is the thing. There are so many subjects to talk about. Already we have to leave at 9:30, so 10 o'clock. So, let us go to Mayapur, Navadvip Dham with this consciousness that there are many glories. I will explain you in the car tomorrow. What is the benefits of going to Navadvip, Mayapur, because we have 3 hours in the car. So I will not let you sleep. So better sleep early today in the train. And anybody who even remembers now, anybody when he starts to put a foot on his path to Navadvip, that person purifies the whole planet. He purifies the 7 seas and the 7 oceans and the whole continent. If he simply thinks, now I have to go to Navadvip, that person becomes so pure, he purifies everyone. And especially when you both will go back to Latvia after going to Navadvip, Mayapur, then just by seeing you, people will be purified. They don't even have to know from where you have come. They don't have to know that. It is described in the Vedas and Puranas. Ananta Samhita of the Atharva Veda, it is described, Lord Shiva describes the glories of Navadvip to Parvati. Says that simply by seeing a person who has come from Navadvip, one gets the same benefit of going to Navadvip. One gets the ultimate destination. Simply by remembering Navadvip, one purifies the whole planet. And simply by sleeping, if by chance if you are sleeping in your bed in the night and by chance if your head is pointing towards Navadvip, then you get the fruit of more than 10 million, 1 crore, 1 koti Ashwamedha Yagyas. Performing more than 10 crore Ashwamedha Yagyas if by chance your head is pointing towards Navadvip. So I can't glorify Navadvip enough, Mayapur. And we have to approach it with knowledge, with the right consciousness. And people come in from Kolkata, they come to Mayapur, they get the benefit, but they don't know, they go away. They also get the benefit. But Navadvip is such a dham that even if people come for material pursuits, they come for jnana or bhog or karma, still they get delivered. Narajanma nahi pai, still they are delivered. So even the consciousness is not considered in Navadvip. With what consciousness one is coming, that is also not considered. That is why our great acharyas like Jagannath Das Babaji, he performed chanting in Vrindavan for how many years? 100 years, 80. He lived for 144 years. Jagannath Das Babaji, almost 140 plus. We don't know the exact age. So, but after chanting in Vrindavan in Surya Kunda near Radha Kunda for so many decades, he realized, I should go to Navadvip because it is more merciful. He came to Navadvip. His beautiful samadhi is there near the bank of the Ganga in Koladvip, Navadvip. And Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, he was a Paramhansa. He was saying, hey Radhe. He was roaming around in Vrindavan, crying Radha, 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 like the Radhe. He also realized after performing 30 years of bhajan in Vrindavan, what I can achieve in Vrindavan after many lives, I can achieve in Navadvip in 3 days. So easy. Because there is so mercy. So we are actually also staying 3 days. So we'll achieve the highest destination. And on Gaur Purnima, that is the birthday of Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu, extremely, all the holy places in the whole creation they came to Navadvip. On Gaur Purnima day, all the holy places, they come to Navadvip and they all take bath in the Ganga. And we will also do that. So, it's very, very fortunate that we are getting this chance. Bolo Panchatattva Bhagwan ki jai, Jagannath Swami ki jai, Navadvip Dham ki jai, Or Premanande. In one way I am feeling little sad to leave Puri also. After staying in Puri, one gets attached to Puri so much that kind of feel, but anyway, all is the Lord's places. And we'll be sad to see you go also. Maybe next year we can see you again. So it is said that the separation from devotees is the greatest suffering in this world. You may lose 1 crore rupees, you may lose 10 million rupees, but when you lose the association of devotees, then it is very sad. It is a sadness for the soul. Because sadhu sangha, it really brings a real us, makes us happy. So thank you very much for staying in Puri, coming to Puri. And I hope all of you can give me a chance again and again to serve you, so that I can get your association. Gaur Premanande.